Each spring, hundreds of students as well as adults visit the Miner Institute Sugar Bush to learn about maple production. Maple syrup and sugar are among the earliest agricultural crops and are a unique part of our agricultural heritage. The techniques of maple sugar making were discovered by the Indians. They tapped trees by gashing them with a tomahawk in a slanting direction and then inserting a spout to carry the sap, drop by drop, into a birch bark receptacle resting on the ground. Today, however, the process of maple sugaring is much different. Sap is taken from hundreds of trees each season. The sugar makers start preparing for the sugaring season in late February to early March. Before the season starts, operators must sterilize all the equipment to make sure it is sanitary. Ordering new equipment and checking the old equipment also must be done before the season starts. The sugar makers then start tapping the trees. The first step in making maple syrup is selecting what trees to tap. The most common type of maple tree used is the sugar maple. Here at the Miner Institute, 500 sweet maple trees have been planted. After the trees have been selected, it is time to tap them. Tapping should be done early enough so that the season's first run is not lost. The amount of taps placed in a tree is determined by the tree's size. Smaller trees will only have 1 or 2 taps per tree, while larger ones can have up to 4 taps. The Miner Institute Sugar Bush has over 1,000 taps. In order to place the taps in the trees, workers first must drill tap holes. Once a hole has been drilled, a spout is tapped very gently into the tree. Afterwards, a bucket is hung from the spout, or plastic tubing is connected to the spout as part of a pipeline system. Here at Miner Institute Sugar Bush, they use a vacuum pipeline system to collect the maple sap. With a vacuum pipeline system, suction is used to draw the sap out of the trees. The sap slowly flows through various pipelines until it reaches the collection point. The sap remains here until it is transferred by a truck to the Miner Institute Sugar House. Before sap is boiled, it looks and tastes like sugar water. Once the sap is taken to the sugar house, it is placed in an insulated storage tank. From here it is filtered and then pumped into an evaporator. The evaporator, located inside the sugar house, consists of a large stove with pans on top to hold the sap while it is being boiled. During the boiling process, water evaporates from the sap. It is now becoming syrup. Sugar makers can tell this by the darker color and the sweeter maple taste the syrup has. After the syrup has boiled for a while, it is checked with a thermometer and hydrometer, which indicates when the boiling process is done. Once the syrup is made, it needs to be filtered to remove the sugar sand. In order to bottle maple syrup, it must be at least 180 degrees to assure a sterile pack and a proper vacuum seal. A grading kit is used to grade the syrup. The kit consists of 4 bottles. 3 of them are colored to represent standard syrup grades. The 4th bottle contains the sample to be graded. The grades are based on color, clarity, and flavor. Only syrup made by evaporating pure maple sap can be labeled maple syrup. Miner Institute has a long history of maple production and is always working on new methods to improve the quality and quantity of maple products.